Hello everyone. My name is Harshada Narvekar. I am from Mumbai, Maharashtra. I'm a counseling psychologist. I have 9 years of experience working in school, colleges with marital couples from boarding school till marriage issue, single parenting and palliative care, end of life counseling, counseling and spiritual counseling. Right now, I'm working for COVID 19 crisis, psychological issues, and mental health related to COVID 19 and pandemic. So, today we are going to know about emotions. So, I want to ask you, how are you feeling? Are you happy or sad? When asked, it is rather likely that all of us are able to tell which emotional state we are in right now. आप सब बता सकते हो अभी आप क्या सोच रहे हो और कैसे फील कर रहे हो, कैसे महसूस कर रहे हो. बट वॉट डज इट मीन? वेयर डू इमोशंस come from? How they impact our daily life? And whether they impact us or not? And obviously, it does impact our life. Where do these emotions originate? We'll answer all these questions as we go along the presentation. So, what is the differentiation between human animals and robots? Is these emotions? Robots don't have emotions, but now scientists are doing something that robots can also have emotions and they can also guess whether the person is sad or angry or happy. Just imagine if we don't have emotions, how life would be. It will be plain and mechanical. Imagine Shah Rukh Khan without being romantic. So, the whole entertainment industry or commercial ads target human emotions to sell their products, like fairness creams or deodorants. They show a person who is sad about being who themselves, like beatish color or having a body odor. After they use these products, they seems to be happy and confident. So unconsciously, we also buy those products to feel the same emotions what they show in the ads. As now we can see the OTT industry like Prime, Amazon or Netflix. Their web series hooked to your emotions and asked you to binge watch the episodes like Games of Thrones or Money Heist, and now we have Breathe of Abhishek Bachchan. We believe or not that they are important in our life or shapes our life too. So let us now understand what is emotions. So emotions is an internal conscious state that we refer in ourselves and others. Emotions is a subjective state of mind. We can't quantify it or measure it, but we can feel it internally as we feel them. It can be a reaction to an internal stimuli, जैसे हम सोच या कुछ याद कर रहे हैं, then we feel that emotions, or it might be an environmental stuff which comes from the outside. These are very private experiences. It is very personal. You can't explain the other person what you are feeling emotionally. 100% कोई आपको नहीं समझ पाता है. जैसे आप वो फील कर रहे हो सामने वाले को नहीं समझा सकते हो. So we use operational definition as we don't have an exact scientific definitions, but सब अपने जो experiences है उसको emotions में define करते हैं. So we cannot actually see feelings, so we can only experience them. We infer observational behavior associated with emotions. Like हम महसूस करते सामने वाला खुश है या sad है उसके behavior से, उसके facial expression से. So now we'll look to the history of emotions. Like any word is derived from a Latin word. So your emotion is derived from innover, which meaning to stir up or agitate. इसका मतलब कुछ होना अंदर से. द इमोशन टर्म आया है 1800 में बाय थॉमस ब्राउन, and in 1830 it was used in English dictionary as emotion. But if we look in the Indian context, we don't have exact Sanskrit or any Hindi related name to emotions. We have names for feelings which are bhava, or we use the word rasas, which means juice, but we use in the emotions form. Like we use vedana is also feeling and bhavna is also feeling in Hindi Sanskrit words. But emotions which we have is we call rag or dvesh, or bhavya, which is love, attraction, or fear. But we don't have exact word like emotions. Then we'll come down to what does mean emotions, feelings, and moods. So what is the difference between them? हम लोग हमेशा बोलते this person is very emotional. Um, he is feeling emotionally sad or he is feeling depressed. और या तो फिर ये मूडी बंदा है, इसका बहुत मूड के हिसाब से ही सब चलता है. So we'll let understand that what is the difference between them. So, which is the term scientifically used for these emotions, feelings, and moods are affect. It is a broad range of feelings that people experience. And emotions and feelings are the interchangeable word we use, but they are not same. They have difference, and which is time. टाइम सबका अलग अलग होता है रहने का, कि इमोशंस फील करने का. सो इमोशंस आर लाइक केमिकल रिलीज्ड इन रिस्पॉन्स टू आवर इंटरप्रिटेशन ऑफ अ स्पेसिफिक ट्रिगर. अगर कुछ ट्रिगर आया है, कुछ स्टिमुलाई आया है, जैसे एग्जाम आ रही है, यू फील fearful, you feel या तो motivated, you can feel anything. So it takes 1/4 of a second to identify a trigger and another 1/4 of a second to produce the chemical in the brain. But emotion chemicals are released throughout the body, not just in brains. So उसका जो feedback loop होता है वो body और brain दोनों में साथ में होता है और वो 6 सेकंड के लिए होता है. So they come and go quite quickly. So for example, someone said something or some memories you remember and you feel that emotion for 6 seconds and then it might change. Then we'll go on to feelings. So feeling happens when we begin to integrate the emotion. जब हम emotion को अपने अंदर लेते हैं, let it soak into it. So in English we use feel. So we feel, महसूस करते हैं both physically and emotionally. We can say we physically feel cold, but we can also emotionally feel cold. Like if you have seen a terrorist or some antisocial person, they don't have any emotions on their face. They are like fully blunt. They are emotionless. Is because of this, that they are brainwashed such a way that they can control their emotions in a very higher level that they don't show on their face. This is a clue to the meaning of feeling. It's something we sense. Feelings are often fueled by a mix of emotions and last longer than emotions. We'll come to mood. Mood are very generalized term we use, like we are sleeping, we are in a sleepy mood, we are peaceful, we are lonely, we are in a naughty mood. So we can use these terms as mood. But they are not tied to a specific incident but a collection of inputs. Mood is heavily influenced by several factors. The environment factors, whether light है, sunlight है या नहीं, or when it is rainy season or monsoon season, you feel little low, and the research have shown that people feel depressed in foreign countries when there is no sunlight, like that. And their suicide rates are also high during the winter season when there is no sunlight over there. But in India, there is sun most of the time. But in rainy season, we do feel lazy and we don't feel like doing any work or getting up in the morning. Then we have physiological things which can affect our mood, what we have been eating, whether we have exercised or not. If we have over exercised, तो फिर बहुत lethargic feel होता है. If you have done less exercise, then you feel you haven't done anything, you don't feel right. So how healthy you are, that also depends. And your mental state, whether you're focusing, where you're focusing, so that depends. That can change your mood as well. Moods can last for minutes, hours, probably even days. So now we'll look for the categories of emotions. So it is divided into two categories. See, this is very important to understand emotions if you have figured out what is the primary emotion and secondary emotion. So please keep your attention on this. So primary and secondary emotions assist in understanding things we are experiencing and to express the ways those things make us feel, whether good or bad. So first we'll come to primary emotions, which is, imagine something has happened and suddenly you're feeling an emotion. It is a strong and it is the first reaction to what has happened. This is a primary emotion. Primary emotions are the body's first response, and they are usually very easy to identify because they are so strong. The most common primary emotions are fear, happiness, anger, sadness. They are more short in time than secondary emotions, which is why they are less complicated and easier to understand. So, if you remember in Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, Neelam played a game with Shah Rukh Khan that whatever comes in your first in your mind, you have to name that. So that's why, because whatever comes first in your mind, it is not processed or it is not corrupt by your thought or your experiences. That is instinctual, or it is direct front, or it is uncorrupted, you can say that. The first thing we feel is directly connected to the event or stimulus. But as time passes, we struggle to connect the same emotion with the event because emotions have changed. तो हम एक बार जो इमोशंस महसूस कर लेते हैं, हम बाद में वापस वो फिर से नहीं महसूस कर पाते हैं, या उसका ऑल्टर वर्जन विच इज़ वी कॉल द सेकेंडरी इमोशंस महसूस करते हैं. एज यू कैन सी इन द picture, anger is the first emotion. If someone has said something to you, the anger will be the first thing which comes. But under the anger, then later on comes frustration. You might feel rejected कि उसने मुझे ऐसे कैसे कहा. You might feel hurt that मैं ऐसा ही हूँ हमेशा. All these things comes, and then secondary emotions takes place. So they are different situation from different emotions. So when we first react, usually we react with the primary emotions, but secondary emotions takes over later on when you're just thinking about the same. So for example, if you find someone yelling at you for no reason, you feel angry. Or if you hear someone saying that a neighbor's dog has died, so you feel sad about it. But this does not have a huge stimuli elicit to primary reaction. Primary emotions are adaptive because they make us react a certain way without being contaminated or examined. They are very much an instinctual, primal, and survival response because surviving is very necessary from our ancestral period of time. Secondary emotions are much more complex because they often refer to the feelings you have about the primary emotions. These are learned emotions that we get from our parents as well as we grow up from our culture, society, teachers, educations, like that. So, for example, when you feel angry, you may feel ashamed afterwards, or you may feel joy, so you may feel relief or pride, like that. So, in Star Wars, if you have seen that movie, Master Yoda explained secondary emotions very perfectly. He said fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, and hate leads to suffering. Which means पहले जो फर्स्ट इमोशंस आएगा दैट विल बी फियर. फियर से हमें गुस्सा आता है बिकॉज फियर इज अ वीकर इमोशंस. सो इफ यू सी हाउ इमोशंस इज प्लेइंग यू, so from anger you will hate that person or a thing or a situation for that matter, and from hate it will lead to suffering, like that. So then we have our factors affecting emotions. This is very important to understand how emotions are formed in ourselves as we grow older in our life. बचपन में it is very instinctual, but later on when we are adults, whatever we have learned throughout the ages will define your emotional responses to the situation, or reaction rather than responses. So first is personality. As we know, each individual has a unique personality. No one person is same as compared to the other person if they are twins or born and brought up in the same environment. The sum total of ways in which an individual reacts and interacts with others is totally different from one another. So emotions felt by someone will be totally different from each other. This causes hereditary, environment, situation from different personality, whether you're type A personality who is workaholic or on the go every time, or a type B personality who is okay, laid back, who will do his work when he wants to do, like that. The second is culture. As we all know, culture influences our emotions in such a way that whether how we need to feel our emotions, they train us in that. They do our conditioning of the brain. How we express in a given constructual context. It shapes the way you should feel in certain situations and the ways people should express them. Like, for example, in Indian context, boys are told to be angry and not to cry, but girls are told not to show aggression but to cry, be expressive about the emotions. So, these are two uh, learning which we are taught. So, as we grow older, women are all cry. They don't show their anger, so they feel more other emotions. They feel low. They feel low confidence, low self-esteem. They don't have the courage to speak for themselves. Whereas men who wants to cry and open his heart out, but he is not able to do because he is taught that boys, if boys cry, they are weak. They should not cry. Like that. Next is weather. According to internal medicines, there is a direct correlation between barometric pressures and emotions. Barometric pressures are your blood pressures and heart rate, etc. So, there is a connection between weather changes and our chemical imbalances in brain like serotonin, which can create a headache or positive or negative emotions intensified with rising temperatures. So for no reason, when you feel that, oh, I'm not in a mood to work, or I'm feeling like crying, for no reason, it is because of the weathers might affecting your chemical balances in your body. The next is stress levels. So, when you're stressed, you may experience many different feelings, including anxiety, fear, anger, sadness, or frustration. These feelings can sometimes feed on each other and produce physical symptoms, making you feel even more worse. For some people, stressful events can contribute to symptoms of depression. Age. So, according to age groups, people differently show their emotions. So, if you're a child, of course, as I said earlier, it is very instinctual. As you're growing through age, as you're aging through your life, you learn so many things. You know how to control it, how to show it, how to manipulate it. So, you start playing and experimenting with emotions. And when you grow older, so you know that how to handle your positive emotion, how to enhance that, and how to handle your negative emotions. So as the study shows that older adults may also be a savior at navigating interpersonal disagreements than younger people. They may pay more attention to the good and less attention to the bad. And when they experience a negative emotion, they may be able to recover more quickly than younger people. Because when younger people are stuck with the stressors like a failure or a job, a loss of job, or something like that, they directly get into the sadness mode, and which leads to substance abuse or some sort of depression or sadness. But older people who know that हाँ एक चीज plan A काम नहीं किया है तो let's move on to plan B, something like that. Next is gender. As we know, women are more expressive in certain kinds of emotions: happiness, warmth, guilt, and nervousness, while men are more expressive in anger. As I said, in the cultural background also, same goes with here. Women have also been found to be better compared at men at describing in a complex way emotional reactions than men. Men seems to have more anger emotions in them to show that they are emotionally hurt, or they are feeling irritated, or they are disappointed. There is disappointment of something into their mind, like that. Next is environmental. So environment plays a very important role how you actually start feeling about your emotions and how you try to show it to other people and how you acknowledge it with the other people. So it can influence the behavior and motivation to act. For example, the results of several studies reveals that a room with a bright light and artificial can improve health outcomes such as adaptation and sleep. So, for example, children who are getting basic surroundings to live can better adjust to emotions than underprivileged children. So, children who have not got that love, that warmth, that food, clothing, shelter nicely in their early childhood, they might turn out against the society by not handling their emotions rightly, and they can be antisocial personality, or They can go into robbery or theft or something like that. Next is relationships. We all go through millions of emotions in our relationships, and those emotions create brain chemicals that change the way we feel. Sometimes we are in a positive frame of mind, hopefully, most of the time, and other times we can be neutral or even have negative feelings about people around us and ourselves. See, this is 100% true that we can't love a person truly. We, some or the other things we dislike of some person or our loved ones for that matter. And emotions are basically आते कब है जब हम अपनों से डिसअपॉइंट होते हैं, जो एक्सपेक्टेशन हमने रखी है वो सामने वाला फिल नहीं करता है, तब हमें ज़्यादा बुरा लगता है, इमोशंस प्ले करने लगते हैं हमारे अंदर. सो दैट इज़ अ रीज़न. Relationship also plays a very important role in emotions, because if you're emotionally drained out in a relationship, whether you're married, whether with your parents or with your children, at any age group, you won't be able to concentrate on other stuffs in your life, other aspects of your life, whether it is work, whether it is studies, or anything else. Next is organizational. So it can affect temperament, personality, disposition, and motivation, which affects a personal well-being, judgment, and perception. It can cloud judgment and reduce rationality in decision making, hence can affect both. So if your college is not good enough, or the teachers are not good enough to give you that training, that teaching which you need to be and become a leader out there, so if it is not good, then it will affect your emotions. Then we'll come to social, which includes experience, expressions, and management of emotions, and the ability to establish positive and rewarding relationships with others. As we know, we are adapting to the new normal of with mask and social distancing. It is affecting our old patterns of emotional responses. So we are all settling for the new ones, like social distancing is there, and then we know that if there is a fear, there is a fear of emotions, there is a lot of instability around, insecurity around, but we are trying to adjust to this new normal. Sometimes there is lockdown, then again it is opening, then we try to become normal, then again it is a lockdown. So it is quite changing, and we are giving ourselves that chance to move forward with it. Next is the components of emotions. So there are 4 components. We'll look to each one as we'll go forward. So the first is feelings. So emotions are very subjective, as we have earlier seen. It makes us feel in a particular way, whether it is anger or joyful. It gives meaning and personal significance. So if your mother loved you or hugged you will feel that love emotion into your body and mind, एंड फिर वो मीनिंग देता है आपकी लाइफ को कि ये प्यार है, ये प्यार मैंने महसूस किया है. सो इट बिकम्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन योर लाइफ. ऑफ कोर्स इट वेरीज इन इंटेंसिटी एंड क्वांटिटी ऑल्सो. कि आपने अगर किसी को पता चला है कि उनके कम मार्क्स आए हैं, तो वन माइट फील ओके, मीडियम इंटेंसिटी रहेगी. बट इफ समवन हु इज़ नॉट एबल टू हैंडल हिज इमोशंस, उनको जब पता चलेगा तो उन्हें लगेगा कि उनकी दुनिया ख़त्म हो चुकी है, अभी उनके करियर कुछ नहीं हो सकता है, उनका एडमिशन नहीं हो सकता है. सो द इंटेंसिटी ऑफ इमोशंस एट दैट पर्टिकुलर टाइम फॉर द सेम सिचुएशन will be very intense, like that, because it is rooted in your mental labeling, which we called cognition, or your thoughts. आपके विचार आगे के आपके इमोशनल फीलिंग्स को बढ़ाते हैं या घटाते हैं, या दूसरा इमोशन लाने में हेल्प करते हैं. Second, we'll go to bodily arousal. As you see in the picture, this is an X-Man का picture. So जब भी कोई सुपर हीरो बॉडीली इमोशंस फील करता है, भले गुस्सा या इनजस्ट का फीलिंग लाता है, तो ही कन्वर्ट्स हिमसेल्फ इनटू लाइक इफ यू सी हल्क, ही कन्वर्ट्स इनटू अ ग्रीन जायंट फीचर. एक्समैन, उसके पंजे निकल आते हैं. सो इट इज़ लाइक अ बायोलॉजिकल एक्टिवेशन. which happens in our body, and it is automatic and hormonal system based. So there is hormones of stress which secretes into your brain. The body prepares for the action. So if a threat comes, your body automatically prepares. So first of all, your body is not controlled by you in some or the other way for some aspects of life, like breathing. You don't control breathing, you automatically breathe. जब आप सो जाते हो तब भी आपकी सांसें चलती है, आपका हार्ट बीट चलता है, आपकी किडनी, लीवर, डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम, everything works. So this system works for itself, for its survival, because it is very important. लैंग्वेज स्टार्ट होने से पहले हमारे एंसेस्टर्स, जो अगर डार्विन्स थियोरी ली तो अगर एप्स थे, तो वो जब शिकार करने जाते थे तब उनको जो मिलता था, जो अगर कोई जानवर आ जाता था तो उनकी बॉडी में दो रिस्पॉन्सेज आते थे, एक तो फ्लाइट और या फ्लाइट. अभी हम शिकार करने नहीं जाते, बट वी डू हैव स्ट्रेसेस एंड दैट ट्रिगर्स आवर बॉडी अराउजल सिस्टम. Like deadline aa gayi, or if you have to give a presentation or something which you feel scared about, या शादी करना है या college change करना है from one college to another, there is a lot of anxiety, there is a lot of fear about it, and how your body prepares it, it is a magical thing to see. वैसे so अपने आप ही अडेप्टिव कोपिंग बिहेवियर इन बॉडी का शुरू हो जाता है इमोशंस के लिए. So body prepared for action with alert posture or clenched feast. So you will see कि आपका body tight हो जाता है. You can feel your body tight when stress is there, knowingly or unknowingly, whether the emotions आपने label किया है नहीं किया है, but you feel that tension in your body. Then second is sense of purpose. So sense of purpose is like the same which is giving the meaning and significance, because feeling of belongingness, like you belong to a group, you belong to a family, that gives you a direct goal, some motivation in your life. Cope with emotion causing circumstances. So people benefits with emotions because social and evolutionary advantages है इसमें कि we are evolving. So for example, अगर soldier है and उसकी family, how they cope with the loss, they cope with the emotion that the person has passed away, but he has passed away for the country. So there is a lot of pride in it, that patriotism की feeling बहुत है. So the emotions of sadness that you have lost your family person is very less, or it gets down, and the feeling of having pride, एक अभिमान लगता है कि वो देश की सेवा करते करते शहीद हो गए. So this can be an example of how the emotions help. Second is how your social expressiveness helps you. So as you can see, the lady who is very stressed out or fearful or anxious about the situation, so her postures tells you that she is afraid of something or she is stressed about something. So the posture, gestures, communication aspects, vocalization, facial expressions, these all help us to communicate with each other in the society or with our loved ones for that matter. अभी हम लॉकडाउन में हैं, हम ये सब जो सेमिनार्स है, जो टॉकिंग है, वी आर डूइंग बाय वीडियो बिकॉज हम मिल नहीं सकते, लॉकडाउन में हैं, बट वी आर मिसिंग दैट टच और फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन, नॉन वर्बल कम्युनिकेशंस, because that is the main important part of our life and our society. Being with the college people, being with the friends, or playing with them, or doing just time pass with them, spending quality time with them, it is very important for us. So how person reacts for an event, it makes them feel worthwhile. So for example, every artist express themselves in singing, acting, dancing, painting. So you feel that express the emotions, how you feel that when someone is doing something, some acting, so you feel that in your mind. Second is the dimensions, or you can say variety of emotions. So as we all use this term prior, positive or negative emotions. So positive emotions are the one that feels good about oneself, which lead to be emotionally happy and satisfied result. So some of the positive emotions are hopeful, confident, peaceful, happiness, joy, etc. So next is negative emotions. Negative human emotions is like it drains you out or it makes you feel very heavy and it undermines your effectiveness. In negative emotional state, you find the lack of desire to do anything. You don't feel like doing anything. कि आज नहीं करना है, रहने दो, बात करने का मन नहीं है. You feel very exhausted, panic and unpleasant situation. But not all negative emotions are unhealthy. We can give Few can give you a motivation to change. Like stress can lead to productivity in performance. Exam का जो stress होता है, that makes you to study so that you can study and you can perform and get better marks for your own future. Like that. So next is the theories. So before that, there are very debates on emotions research because it is subjective and not objective to measure it. So which come first, physiological arousal, physical body में आता है emotion, फिर उसके बाद में experience में आता है कि कैसे है, and how we can react emotionally before appraising. Appraising is the meaning given to the situation. और does things always precedes emotion या emotions ही हमेशा आता है. So it depends. So we'll see about it. But before that, I will like you to close your eyes for a minute. Take a deep breathing. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Now imagine yourself being in a jungle, walking between huge trees, mountains. Then you see a tiger approaching you, looking into your eyes, coming close to you, getting ready to jump on you with his claws. Acknowledge the changes you feel in your body, emotions, what thoughts are coming in your mind, etc. Just feel it, how you're feeling it. What are the thoughts coming? What are the bodily changes? Just imagine this. And now you can open your eyes. So now we are going to look for the theories of emotions. I did this experiment which I'll tell you later on, but first we'll start with the theories of emotions. So the first is Charles Darwin, as is the father of emotions evolution. So according to him, emotions evolved because they were adaptive. It allowed human emotions to survive and reproduce. So reproduction was the basic fundamental necessity for our ancestors. So fear of love and affections lead people to seek mates and reproduce. तो जब आप किसी से प्यार करेंगे या उनके साथ अच्छा महसूस करेंगे तो ही आप उनके साथ संबंध बना सकते हैं, तो ही आप रिप्रोड्यूस बच्चे पैदा कर सकते हैं जो हम पूर्वज थे हमारे उनके अकॉर्डिंग. सो द फियर्स ऑफ compel people to either flight or flee response from a danger, जैसे मैंने वो शिकार का एग्जाम्पल दिया था आपको. Emotions motivate people to respond quickly to stimuli, which improves the chances of success and survival. Understanding the emotions of other people and animals also plays a crucial role in safety and survival. If you encounter a hissing animal, you can quickly realize whether to run away और या उस पे लाठी मार देनी है वैसे. So the second is very common sense theory. which I feel कि it is very lazy. They are very lazy researchers. So according to them, as you can see in the picture, there is one stimulus which is a dog, and there is a man whose first response is conscious fear, and then autonomic nervous system, which is ANS arousal. So which is a fear arousal. So it is very basic theory, you can say, but it is important because it was in the history first, one of the first theories given to us. The second is James Lange theory. So according to him, emotions arousing stimulus in the environment triggers a physical responses. Our awareness of the physical reaction leads to experience of an emotion. तो इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि पहले अगर वही अगर डॉग का एग्जांपल लेते हैं, तो डॉग जब हमें दिखता है बार्क करते हुए हमारे ऊपर, तो हमारा पहले फिजियोलॉजिकल रिएक्शन होगा, जैसे हार्ट बीट बढ़ने लगेगा, हम शेकी होने लगे, पेट में बटरफ्लाइज होने लगेंगे, बहुत डर लगने लगेगा, पसीना छूटने लगेगा. फिर उसके बाद जब हम इस अवेयरनेस लाएंगे कि ये सारी चीज़ें हो रही हैं मेरी बॉडी में, और फिर उसके बाद में हम इमोशंस फील करेंगे. Then the next one is Cannon-Bard theory. According to them, emotions are arousal stimulus. जैसे यहाँ पे बेयर दिखाया है और यहाँ पे एक ब्रेन का सिंबल दिखाया है बीच में. सो जब हम बेयर को देखते हैं हमारे तरफ बढ़ रहा है, विच इज़ अ थ्रेट, सो सब ऑर्टिकल लेवल एक्टिविटी होती है हमारे थैलेमस में, एंड विच लीड्स टू बोथ, यानी बॉडीली चेंजेस भी लाता है और कॉन्शियस फियर भी आता है, जैसे वो इमोशन आता है फियर. तो पहले वाले में जो था थियोरी में, उसमें पहले बॉडीली रिस्पॉन्स आता है और फिर इमोशंस आता है. कॉनन-बार्ड थियोरी में दोनों साथ में आ जाता है. सो बोथ ऑफ देम कम्स टुगेदर इन दिस. नेक्स्ट इज टू फैक्टर थियोरी. इन दिस इमोशंस involve two factors. So when you see a stimuli appearing towards you, which is a bear in this picture, your heart is pounding, आपका हार्ट बीट बढ़ जाता है, आप हिलने लग जाते हैं, स्वेटिंग होती है, रनिंग का मन करता है. तो ये फिजियोलॉजिकल रिस्पॉन्स हुआ, विच इज़ फैक्टर नंबर 1. बट सेकेंड इज कि आप मीनिंग देते हो उसको कि दैट इज़ वन बियर स्कैरी एंड आई एम अफ्रेड ऑफ इट. So those two things will lead to emotions, which is fear. So according to this two factor theories, the two factors, which is physiological arousal and cognitive level, are necessary for this, for an emotion to arouse. So the latest one is Robert Zanuck. So he suggested that all emotions involved doesn't need a deliberate thinking. तो thinking process नहीं चाहिए होता है. So therefore cognition is not necessary for all emotions. Some emotions skip the thinking part of the brain. So he states that cognitive processes and facts are independent of each other. मतलब इसका emotions के लिए ज़रूरी नहीं होता है cognitive appraisal देना. So if you can see in the diagram, so first arrow which is showing event and emotional response is directly related, because according to him बच्चे का cognition develop नहीं होता है, but then also the emotions they show by crying, by smiling, but they do feel emotions. But as we grow older, emotions stays with us for a longer period of time, is because we give cognitive labels, we give thoughts, सोचते रहते हैं हम उसके बारे में. So इसलिए then none of these theories is a comprehensive emotion studies. See, these are the theories, these are not facts. The biological structure of an individual by the environment experience in one or the other way. जैसे अब अबाव के थियोरीज बताए गए हैं, उसमें से कोई ना कोई एक सच आपके लिए होगा. इसलिए मैंने आपको वो एक्सपेरिमेंट करवाया कि आप खुद सोचो कि जब आपने वो जंगल में एक टाइगर के बारे में सोचा, तब आपको पहले डर क्या लगा या डर नहीं लगा, तो क्या इमोशंस आया, पहले आपने सोचा या आपको पहले बॉडीली चेंजेस हुई. तो ये बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है कि आप कुछ भी पढ़ो या इन्फॉर्मेशन लो अवेयरनेस की, बट फर्स्ट यू नीड टू चेक विथ योर सेल्फ वेदर वॉट इज़ फिटिंग राइट फॉर यू. सी देर इज़ नथिंग राइट एंड रॉन्ग, बट आपके ऊपर इन कौन सा असर कर रहा है वो इम्पोर्टेंट है। कि आपके ऊपर ये वाला असर कर रहा है कि दूसरा वाला असर कर रहा है, क्योंकि आपके लिए एक सच होगा, आपके दोस्त के लिए कोई और दूसरा उसके लिए फायदेमंद होगा या उसके साथ वो रेजोनेट कर रहा होगा। सो दिस ऑल डिपेंड्स। सो नाउ विल लुक इनटू द इमोशंस वी फेस्ड or different age groups of people faced during this lockdown or pandemic period of time. So, emotions faced by children. First is insecurity. They would have a insecurity because पहले उनका डेली स्केड्यूल होता था, अभी कुछ भी नहीं है। सो जैसे जैसे हम बड़े होते जाते हैं तो ट्रस्ट इश्यूज भी आने लगते हैं बिकॉज इनसिक्योरिटी है। पहले एनवायरनमेंट था, सेफ थे हम लोग सब, अभी हम सेफ नहीं हैं। तो ये सारी फीलिंग्स देख के देर इज़ नो नॉर्मल डेवलपमेंट हैपनिंग with regards to their emotional, social and psychological needs. So which information to trust or not to trust, because they also see their parents being tense, टेंशन में, गुस्से में, लड़ते हुए, पता नहीं वो कैसे देख रहे हैं और क्या वो इंफॉर्मेशन ले रहे हैं अपने एनवायरनमेंट से। दैट इज़ ऑल्सो नीडेड। then there is a fear of not going to school, not able to play outside or be like they were with पहले जैसे थे वैसे। Feeling of isolation. If there is no other children at home or in a building, it's natural to feel lonely. आप वीडियो कॉल करो या फ़ोन पे बात करो, but that physical touch is very necessary for the child. If someone with your age, with you, it does not matter to your emotional and social needs. Anger. When they become lot more impatient with parents and throw tantrums, they show anger like children who are emotionally challenged. They feel that. They feel a lot of anger because they are not understood. They are not able to handle them, the parents, because of their own stress and tensions. Watching their elders being tensed with the same issue, that can cause a lot of developmental issues into them. Lot of worry through nightmares, bedwetting may start. They might fear कि अभी क्या होगा. Everybody is with their mask around. So mask is something which not every child would like to have. They want to see their faces and smile and all the emotions, but if when we wear mask, it is not, they are not okay with it, like that. Then the second age groups is the student. Loneliness. So college canteen, classroom, all adults to hang out after bunking the class is stopped since March. So we all lead to loneliness. Students who are staying away from the family had friend teachers as their second family due to the pandemic situation. It is very hard to be alone and keep going. That might lead to anxiety or frustrations. Burnout can happen due to overwhelming of the emotions, because too many things to do, too many things to manage, it is very hard. Household help, study, assignments, deadline of project, getting adjusted to new normal, no fun time for relaxations. Due to rain, internet is also taking a toss, which lead to frustration. With this new situation, lockdown again and coming back, there is a sense of hopelessness and fear among everyone. See, these emotions may overlap by one or the other age group, but yes, these are the main emotions which a particular age group might feel. So, anxiety बच्चों में भी है, students में भी होगी, old age में भी होती है. Anxiety is something which can be felt by anyone, but due to different reasons, उनके reasons different होते हैं. So anxiety can be कि उनको भी virus हो जाएगा, or about their parents or grandparents' health, like that. Next is depression. Depression is a mood condition that can affect a person's daily life. It may be described as feelings of sadness, loss, or energy, lethargy, or exhaustion. खाना खाने का मन नहीं करता है, सोने का ज़्यादा मन करता है या तो कम मन करता है। सो अल्कोहल या ड्रग अब्यूज़ होता है, हेडेक्स होता है। सो दे फील sad, lose interest, and they don't find pleasure in activities which they used to have. They feel irritated, anger, and become violent. They don't talk with parents who are away from them over the phone. They like to be alone. So all these things, all these emotions are faced by students. Second is by working professional men and women. If your parents are there, they both are working. So what are the emotions they are facing? So first is mood. So in mood there is anxiety, that our colleagues are overly anxious or sad, facing anxiety while being in social situations or over the phone or video call. Social disorder. There is a range of abnormal or disturbed behaviors in which you may be judged or worrying about embarrassing or humiliating yourself. Intense fear of interacting or talking with strangers. So जैसे अभी वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग हम कर रहे हैं, सो यू माइट फील कि सामने वाले आपको जज करेंगे, हाउ यू लुक, हाउ योर सराउंडिंग लुक्स, योर बैकग्राउंड, आपका घर दिखेगा वीडियो में. सो देर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स विच कैन अफेक्ट एंड दैट कैन लीड टू सोशल डिसऑर्डर्स. सो एम्बेरसमेंट सिचुएशन, तो फिर वो बोलेंगे कि नहीं मुझे मीटिंग में ही नहीं आना है या नहीं करना है मुझे ये. सो दे विल अवॉइड स्टार्ट अवॉइडिंग ऑल दिस सिचुएशंस वेयर यू कैन बी अ सेंटर ऑफ अट्रैक्शन, कि वो चीज़ करनी ही नहीं है मुझे. And they might think the worst possible consequences of a negative experience during a social situation where there is a meet or they want to talk about it. The next is job security. As we all know, people are getting laid off, downsizing हो रहा है कंपनी का, उनको निकाल दिया जा रहा है या तो उनके पोजीशंस जो है सेम रख रहे हैं. देयर आर लॉट ऑफ चेंजेस हैपनिंग इन दिस ईयर. So instability is all over concern about the continued existence of your job, whether this job will be there or not. Salary पूरी आएगी कि नहीं आएगी, घर का बिल, EMIs, how will I pay them, वो सब कैसे होगा वो पता ही नहीं चल रहा है. And now it is becoming more and more common. That is the situation they will be dealing with. The last is loss of autonomy. Autonomy is a word which is used for freedom one has to make decision, and that is a word which Latin words include self and law. So it is more a legal word, but we use this कि हमारे पास हमारे खुद के right of choice की power होनी चाहिए to endorse our own actions and live your own life the way you want to live it. So you may still be influenced by outside factors, but all things considered, your behavior reflects your choice. Now, when you lack autonomy, you are more controlled by what others do, think, and feel, and adapt accordingly. You react to and worry about something else, expectations, and reactions to defer their opinion. You might have difficulty making decisions and taking actions on your own. So lack of autonomy which leads to anxiety, guilt, communication, or self-esteem. So these are the emotions felt because of lack of autonomy. Next is emotions felt by elderly person. हम सबके घर में या बहुत लोगों के घर में जो उनके बुजुर्ग होंगे, जो उनके ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स होंगे, they might feel that they are left out somewhere or the other because उनको ज़्यादा ध्यान रखने के चलते हम उनके ऊपर ही ध्यान देना कहीं ना कहीं भूल जाते हैं, उनके इमोशंस पे ध्यान देना. हम उनके दवाइयों का, उनके हेल्थ का, ऊपरी ऊपरी हम सारी चीज़ों का ध्यान रखते हैं. बट वॉट अबाउट द इमोशंस विच दे कांट say it out, they can't speak because they also don't know. Most of the people don't know what they are feeling because they lack the knowledge of how to say them. Emotions किसको बोले, feeling किसको बोले, ऐसा. So like we don't go near to them to keep them safe because we go out to get essential services. तो हमें डर लगता है कि कहीं ना कहीं उनको लग जाएगा हम बाहर जाके आए हैं. उनका मॉर्निंग वॉक, उनका इवनिंग वॉक, it has all been stopped. So they are not allowed to go out due to the age factor and being vulnerable to the virus. It creates feeling of loneliness. Due to inactivity, their muscles may get stiff or some or the other issues. Not able to help in household factors, household chores. So that can cause helplessness and worthlessness because they are not earning anymore. They are not getting anything beneficial to the family, to in a material thing like a salary or something like that. That they can feel the worthlessness emotions right now. Not able to meet other people at the same age, friends, leads to low self confidence or negative self esteem. जिद करने लगते हैं, they become stubborn, that they don't want to take medicine or eat food on time. If they get little cold or pain in the throat, they feel as if they have corona and they might die. We all feel that, but the older people, they feel a lot because of the news channels they watch the whole day or the newspaper they read about. So fear of having corona and not sharing with anyone can lead to depression. So do check on your elders how they are feeling. Is there anything which is troubling them? Just spend few minutes with them. It can make their day, and it will be a really help if you go and sit and chat face to face, or ask them to do video call to their friends, as we have the knowledge to do video call तुरंत, बट उनको वो नॉलेज नहीं है, तो आप उनके पास जाके अपना फ़ोन दो, फ़ोन लगा के दो. सो दे विल फील द फीलिंग ऑफ बिलोंगिंगनेस, बिकॉज उन्हें लगता है उनकी कोई ज़रूरत ही नहीं है. दे आर बर्डन ऑन आवर्स. सो डोंट मेक देम फील ऑल दिस. जाके बैठोगे तो थोड़ा उन्हें अच्छा फील होगा, उनके लाइफ में अच्छा फील होगा, एंड इट इज़ जस्ट 5 minutes. As we have talked about autonomy in the previous elder working professions, same goes with them. Their right to make decisions is also taken by the elder ones or the younger ones in the family. They tell them, have this medicine, eat at this time, morning में ये खाना है, afternoon में ये खाना है, this will benefit you and not that. So we need to be careful in our caring, but we take control on their lives, which can make them feel lack of control over their life, and can lead to low self confidence again. But there will be many other emotions, but these are the main ones which I have discussed with you guys. So now we have understood about emotions component, कैसे होते हैं, कैसे affect करता है, क्या करता है. But now we will see what is emotional intelligence. So हम बहुत सुने होंगे about emotional intelligence, about like how it is like IQ. IQ is intelligent quotient. Emotional quotient is EQ. So it is the ability to access, control the emotions of oneself and of others and of a group. So for example, like Gandhi or freedom fighters, they were high on their emotional intelligence and would influence so many people around the world with their speech, and as it creates emotions. जो इमोशंस सामने वाला क्रिएट करता है या हम समझने लगते हैं सामने वाले को, सो इट मेक्स आवर लाइफ मच मोर ईजियर, मच मोर हैप्पियर फॉर आवर सेल्व्स, because if we start handling our own emotions, then it will be beneficial to follow them or give them a direction to how to utilize the emotions. So what are the components of emotional intelligence? So first is self awareness. So self awareness की सब बात करते हैं, but what is self awareness? It is an ability to recognize your own emotions and how they affect your thoughts and behavior. So जैसे ही emotions आता है कोई, you felt anger. Okay, so is this anger making you feel good or bad, or it is beneficial or not? So your thoughts come कि मेरे साथ ऐसा ही होना है, always this happens to me and nothing good happens to me. So these are the thoughts which are affecting you, and then comes the behavior that you don't do anything. So if you are self-aware of your emotions at first place, then your thought, you can change your thought and your behavior can change. So that is the self-awareness. Awareness is sajagta, It is being aware, conscious at this moment, right now. So, knowing your strength and weaknesses and have self confidence. Self confidence आप कैसे बढ़ा सकते हो अपना? By doing stuff which you are good at or which you enjoy. Because self confidence एक inner चीज़ है जो आपको अंदर से आती है और आपको अंदर से महसूस करवाती है वैसे. Then next is self management, the ability to control impulsive feelings. So when you are self aware, then the second comes, it is self management. आपको उसको मैनेज करना है. अवेयर तो हो गए पर उसको संभालना कैसे है. देन यू नीड टू कंट्रोल द इम्पल्सिव यानी जो कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते हो, जो छूट दी जाती है आपको फीलिंग्स और बिहेवियर्स की, उसके ऊपर कंट्रोल पाना. लाइक बच्चा कभी इमोशंस पे कंट्रोल नहीं पा सकता क्योंकि उसमें इतनी समझ नहीं होती है. लेकिन जैसे जैसे वो बड़ा होते जाता है, थोड़ा कॉलेज में, स्कूल्स में, हायर स्कूल्स में आते हैं या जॉब करने लगते हैं, देन यू नीड टू कंट्रोल योर बिहेवियर एंड फीलिंग्स टू मैनेज इट इन अ हेल्दी वे. ऐसे नहीं कि अनहेल्दी वे में मैनेज करो. यू नीड टू डायरेक्ट दैम. यू नीड टू टेक इनिशिएटिव, टेक कमिटमेंट्स and adapt to changing circumstances. So when, if you're an emotionally high EQ person, you will take any challenge as an opportunity to discover your own self. The third is social awareness, the ability to understand emotions, needs and concerns of other people, pick up emotional cues, feel comfortable socially and recognize the power dynamics in a groups or organization. सोशल अवेयरनेस आपको दूसरों के, आपके ग्रुप के, आपके सोसाइटी के, आपके फ्रेंड सर्कल्स के, उनके करीब लाती है. बिकॉज यू बिकम मोर सेंसिटिव टू देयर नीड्स और देयर इमोशंस एज वेल. बिकॉज इफ समवन इज फीलिंग कोल्ड, सो यू कैन टर्न ऑफ द फैन by seeing the body language, by seeing the facial expressions. If someone is not being happy saying what she or he are listening or seeing, सो यू कैन स्टॉप दैट. आप उसको अच्छा फील करवा सकते हो. जैसे अभी पेंडेमिक में आपके दोस्त होंगे जो सैड फील कर रहे होंगे, तो आप उनसे बात कर सकते हो कि वाई यू फीलिंग दिस, वाई यू फीलिंग दैट. यू कैन आस्क देम. बट अनटिल एंड अनलेस आप जब तक खुद के बारे में अवेयर नहीं होंगे, खुद के इमोशंस के बारे में, यू वोंट बी एबल टू सी दैट इन योर फ्रेंड्स और योर फैमिली, योर लव्ड वंस. वैसे देन रिलेशनशिप मैनेजमेंट. So as we said, that self-awareness, then managing that, then social awareness, then relationship manage करना काफ़ी आसान हो जाता है. because relationship जो emotions से ही बने होते हैं. emotions के बिना अगर relationship आप देखेंगे, you don't feel connection. आप अगर किसी अनजान व्यक्ति ने आपको अगर आके कुछ बोला है, you won't feel anything because he won't touch you, he won't emotionally, he won't do anything to you, you won't react to them. But अगर वही, if your parents come and tell you you're not good enough, you're not this, you're not that, so that might be a problem because you will feel that directly. वो जाके दिल पे लगता है. your heart aches, your throat aches, you feel like crying, you feel like anger, you feel like bursting on them, but you can't do that, of course. So there is regulating emotions, responding appropriately. See, we always say that emotions, reactions, we don't need to give reactions to every situation. We need to respond. Take a second, respond to every situation. Don't react, because reaction is a unconscious manner. But when we respond, it is responding with the responsibility towards the situation and towards oneself. इसलिए बोलते गुस्से में आके कुछ मत करो, थोड़ा सोच समझ के करो. So this is because when you are emotionally heightened, either joyfully, जैसे आप अगर you're feeling very happy or you're in love or you have a crush, so you feel everything is so good, you will do everything the other person will say. But if you're in a sad mood and if someone asks you a favor, even if it be your mother or your best friend, you will say, no, I don't want to do it, go away, leave me alone. So emotions इसलिए बोलते हैं कि don't take big decisions when either you are in a happy, very happy mood or either in your low mood. So if you have a paper or pen with you guys, You can write one rules. It's an acronym which I use. So, which is first is recognizing. R stands for recognizing the emotions. U stands for understanding the emotions. L starts stands for labeling. So label the emotions like you're feeling worry, you're feeling anger, you're feeling happy, and then expressing is. So these are the rules which I use. So you can use कि अभी आपको कैसा feel हो रहा है. So after this session, you might think you might examine yourself how you feel actually. So next is emotional skills. So first is emotional competency. Competency is tackling emotional upsets. So how you feel it and getting your self-esteem high. How you handle your egoism, that is the main important thing. So by being aware and by changing those thoughts and emotions and handling inferiority complex. So if someone is having good marks and you feel bad about it, so you need to change that thinking that why I'm feeling bad. I might work very hard and next time I might get that thing. So you can change your emotions by your thinking, but you need to be conscious about it. You need to be aware about it. Second is maturity. Maturity comes with, of course, awareness, delaying gratification, adaptability, and flexibility. So the people who are not flexible enough or not adaptable good in adapting new situations, they are feeling very hard during pandemic because they are not ready to take as a challenge and face it, the new normal, like taking video conferences, online lectures, or not being close with your friend once physically, but you can be online. So these things, and that is leading them to feel depressed, feel lonely, because they are continuously in that thought. And what you're thinking today, this will be the situation that if you don't change the thoughts constantly, you will feel the same emotions and the same thought 80 to 85% the next day, like that. So the next is sensitivity, of course. Sensitivity is understanding the other person's situation, other person's feeling. Empathy, if you have heard of, empathy is not like sympathy. In sympathy you feel pity, आपको दया भावना आती है दूसरों के प्रति. बट अगर एम्पैथी में आप दूसरों की जगह पर रह के सोचते हो, so that is very beneficial. In empathy you feel the same way the other person is feeling, or at least try to feel them, because not everyone feels the same situations like that. So, improving your interpersonal relationships. Sensitivity helps in improving आपके mom dad के साथ relations, आपके in-laws या teachers के साथ या friends के साथ. So, it helps a lot in relationships, because if you're emotionally able to handle each other, there will be less or healthy fights or arguments in that case, and communication will be much more better. So when you communicate, that happens very nicely. So now we'll look to the characteristics of low EQ person. So you can judge for yourself whether you are with a low EQ or high EQ. So low EQ person will always think, काश मेरे पास दूसरा जॉब होता, काश मैं ग्रेजुएशन कर लेता, काश मेरे पास गुड कॉन्टैक्ट्स होते, काश मैं पैसे वाला होता, if I would have been rich or famous, or if I had better friends. So he or she will always think about काश ये होता वो होता, not about the present moment, about what they're having or how to utilize the present things what they are having. So you can think for yourself, but it is not that one person will be low EQ or high EQ. It can be sometimes you feel low EQ but you are a high EQ person. So sometimes it's okay to feel कि काश मेरे पास ऐसा होता, but then you're not in that emotions for long. So that needs to be checked on yourself. The second is the characteristics of high EQ. So a person who is emotionally intelligent, or who is aware about the emotions, he knows when to be aggressive and when to be passive. So for example, your parents are there, and if you're not listening and doing something harmful for yourself, they might tell you to stop. They might be aggressive for that, and sometimes they might be passive. So this is the judgment they will take accordingly. Second is be they will know when to be together and when to be alone. If someone is feeling a great loss, so they know if they want to be left alone to have these emotions to felt to the core, so they will leave like that. Then is when to fight and when to love. They know that. They know the difference between when to work and when to play. They just don't work or play. They maintain a balance between work and life, and work and fun into their life. Because they know the importance of fun, it is very important to have some activities in your life, which in daily routine, rather in your habits, which will boost your confidence and make you feel good. The high IQ person will know when to comfort and when is the time to withdraw. कि अभी उसको ज़रूरत नहीं है, अभी हम बाद में बात कर सकते हैं इस बारे में. He knows when to speak and when to be silent. Sometimes people don't understand that they need to be silent. हम बोलते जाते हैं बट हमें पता ही नहीं चलता है कि कब चुप रहना है. पर ज़रूरी है, या तो हमें जब चुप रहना है, जब हमें चुप नहीं रहना है तब हम ज़्यादा बात करने लग जाते हैं या बात ही नहीं करते हैं. ऐसा होता है. बट द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ हाई EQ पर्सन विल नो व्हेन टू स्पीक. कब बोलना है और कब वो फ़ायदेमंद होगा, when it will be beneficial for other person, and when it will be not, like that. So, and he knows when to be patient and when it is the time to decide something. So now we'll look to advantages. Emotional intelligence होना चाहिए, पर उसका फ़ायदा क्या है? अगर होगा, वो क्वालिटी है जो हम डेवलप करेंगे, पर उसका फ़ायदा क्या होता है? So we'll see. So it will lead to greater productivity. So your emotions aren't stable, are with in your own hand. You can control them, so you can focus on other stuffs, which will lead to productivity, which will lead to your improved performances in your colleges, in your studies, in your project, in your extracurricular activity. There will be better conflict resolutions between your parents, between your friends, between your loved ones. There is increased in creativity and innovation. So when you know that how to shift your positive emotion or negative emotion to positive emotion, you will know how to do it. So you can be very creative and innovative, because you will be in check with your emotions. The next is better teamwork. High EQ is a quality which a leader needs to have. A leader needs to speak, a leader needs to talk about the emotions. He needs to motivate other person and himself, because पहले तो खुद मोटिवेशन होना ज़रूरी है दूसरों को मोटिवेट करने के लिए. Then better employment retention. Of course, if you're good at your work in handling social or your colleagues, your managers, then of course you won't be pulled out of a job like that. So now we have talked about a lot of things. So now there are quick tips which I would like to give you all. But there is things which now in this summits you will all experience beautiful techniques with other sessions going on. But do try it out, because not all techniques will work for you. Some might work, and keep that thing into you, because as you grow older and older you can use these techniques in your daily life from now onwards. Because when we were studying, we were not told about all these things last 20 years or 10 years back. But now when we know and we use these techniques, it help us to get better into our life, into handling situations like that. So first is a grounding technique, which is 5 4 3 2 1 technique. So in which you can see 5 things, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, and 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. So this is a grounding technique. When you're emotionally feeling so much of anger or anxiety, or feeling अभी बहुत emotions आ गए, you're feeling like crying, so take a deep breath, sit at a comfortable position, and do this grounding technique, which is called 5 4 3 2 1. You can write it down, and if you can write it down again, so I can tell you, or you can google it. It is a very famous technique. So it will help you to incorporate your all five senses into your body, and you will come into the present moment, and it will help you to acknowledge the feeling what you're feeling, and you can change them. So being mindful, as we everyone tells that mindfulness hona chahiye, mindfulness ye. So what is mindful? Mindful is just being aware of this present moment. If you will see, present moment को हम माप नहीं सकते. हम पास्ट को माप सकते हैं कि इतने से इतने टाइम तक था. फ्यूचर को भी हम उसको क्वांटिफाई कर सकते हैं फ्रॉम दिस टू दिस टाइम. बट प्रेजेंट मोमेंट को यू कांट, बिकॉज इट्स जस्ट गोइंग. As I'm saying the words, the other words are in the past, and some words which I will say in the future. But what life is happening in the present moment. So, mindfulness, you can do 1 minute exercise every time. So, you can stretch for 10 seconds in every hour. You can say yourself stop and take a few deep breaths and see how your body is reacting. Send love, send kindness. So this is like a Buddhist practice of meditation, or you can do that because you need to keep reminders on your phone कि 1 minute का break लेना है. Whatever you're doing, take 1 minute 30-second break. It don't take much longer time, but it will not allow the stress to develop or the emotions to develop, and एक दिन फिर burnout हो जाए. So this will help you. The second is journaling. Journaling is a very powerful technique. It means writing your emotions, your thought. That makes you more aware. It helps you to get yourself know better. Because when you write it down, वो आपके सामने होता है, पेपर और पेन और बुक. जो आपके थॉट्स है, जो आपके इमोशंस है, वो ऐसे दिमाग में नहीं होते हैं. इट इज़ समवेयर written actually, so you can see कि एक्चुअल में आप फील कर रहे हो, और इट इज़ जस्ट अ फिक्शन इन योर it is not really what you're feeling in your brain. So, expressing yourself in a journal can bring your thoughts and feelings to the surface. How to write it? Take a journal or a book or a diary, whatever you have at handy. Start with the first thing in the morning. Keep it with you always wherever you go, so you can note it down. Keep your entries short. Create a relaxing routine around journaling so you can enjoy writing those. Incorporate into your existing routine. Keep it simple and don't beat yourself for mistakes. अगर आप कुछ mistake करते हो लिखने में, खुद को मत डांटो. It's okay. It is doing for your own self. And the other technique in journaling is write letters to you as a friend, because you know yourself better than anyone else in the world. Trust me on that. आप अपने आप जितना हॉनेस्ट रह सकते हो उतना रहो अपने इमोशंस, अपने थॉट्स के ऊपर. आप सामने वाले के पास नहीं रहते हो, भले ही वो आपका लव्ड वन हो, पेरेंट्स हो या फ्रेंड हो. यू आर 100% ऑनेस्ट विथ योर सेल्फ, एंड यू नीड टू बी ऑनेस्ट लाइक दैट. नेक्स्ट इज अल्टर सेल्फ टॉक. एज वी ऑल नो, वी डू सेल्फ टॉक. एज जब ये सेशन चालू हो रहा था, तब भी आपके दिमाग में काफ़ी सारे सोच विचार आ रहे होंगे कि अभी क्या करना है, रात का खाना क्या होगा. So like that. So self-talk is going on and on and on every time if we are doing or listening to a lecture as well. So catch your critic. पहले अपने खुद के critic बनो कि क्या सोच रहे हो. Remember, thoughts and feelings aren't always reality. जैसे मैंने कहा कि वो reality नहीं होता है. So negativity को control करो. देखो आप कैसे है, by being mindful and other techniques, what I said. Think like a friend. Look into the mirror. That mirror technique is very good. And smile while you're talking to yourself. Talk to yourself. Okay, you're the best. You can do it. Or what are you feeling today? Ask yourself. What I do for myself is I ask myself what is my happiness index. So I rate from 1 to 10 points. मेरा happiness index क्या है? आज मैं कितनी खुश हूँ कि नहीं हूँ? और नहीं हूँ तो क्यों नहीं हूँ? See, being neutral is okay, but if you're sad, you need to know the reason why you're being sad. Otherwise, you're just being sad and the day is past. So, powerful tool for increasing your self confidence and curbing negativity is your self talk, because self talk either can boost you, because अगर anxiety आप बोलोगे तो it will pull you down and it will lead to avoidance of a situation. But if you will say that no, I am positive, I can handle myself, instead of saying I don't, say I can't. अगर आपको डेजर्ट नहीं खाना है, so don't say I don't eat, I can't eat, because right now I'm watching my weight or seeing something. I don't want to eat. So like that. So these are some books for on emotions which I feel can be looked. So first is Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. So he shows how the emotions affect us, like that. Then second is Daniel Gorman Goleman ka Emotional Intelligence, which is tells you about emotional intelligence, how you can develop more, and how you can feel it, how you can practice it. And the last is, for my end, is leadership, the power of emotional intelligence, because emotional intelligence is very much needed in leadership, as being leader is very much important. So now I'll take up the few questions which I have received. So I hope you guys enjoyed